What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival, and we're going to do another product review for you. This is a video of the Tiny Survival Card by Ultimate Survival Tips, and I purchased my own money. This isn't nothing he sent me or anything like that. I do know him. We've met before. However, I'm going to check this out, give an honest review. There's a lot of people that make survival cards. Ready Man makes them. I think they're the guys who started out with the cards. What I do like about this versus the Ready Man is that it comes with a magnetic kind of holder, so it kind of holds everything together, and once you kind of remove everything, you can put it back on the magnetic card to put in your wallet. So that's pretty cool. What we have here is we have a knife, we have an arrowhead, a couple fish hooks, a button, lures and things like that, a saw, tweezers, and a harpoon. So we're going to go ahead and demo this, check it out, see if it's worth the $21 or $21.99 that is on Amazon, and we'll let you know. We'll check it out. All right, guys, the first thing we're going to look at is the knife. I think that's the most important thing here, so we'll go ahead and break that out. In the knife handle, what we have here is a couple of fish hooks and an arrowhead. Let's go ahead and remove these. And like I said, that's pretty cool there. Obviously the knife is not sharpened. I guess I'll just leave these here because that could be a pain to try to remove those. So the knife is not sharpened, so it's not going to do us any good. They recommend using some kind of sharpening, said you can use a rock on the video. So we're going to use this because this is better than a rock because it's a whetstone or sharpening stone. All right, guys, so I've been working on the blade for a minute. I did have to remove these because the needle's stuck in my hand, but let's go ahead and try it and see if it is sharp enough. Oh, well, it did cut it. I actually didn't think it would. Even though I worked on it, it doesn't feel very sharp to the touch, but wow, it actually worked. I mean, it's going to dull very quickly. You're not going to be able to do much stuff with it. It will cut cordage, but as far as like really doing some work, it's going to be difficult. But for not much work, not much effort, it's very soft because obviously very soft steel. It should work somewhat, but let's see if it'll cut through this. I kind of equate this by like trying to use a rock to try to cut with. You know, it's not very comfortable, obviously. I think a razor blade would be a better option than something like this. Like I would have to have a, you know, this is with a whetstone for me to try to sharpen this. I think it's like pretty much already dulled up just from that little bit of work. So can you get it sharp? Yeah. Would I want to rely on this? Not in a million years. We'll move on to the next. So we popped the arrow a few times, you know, it kind of came back. If I used some sap or something, it probably held in better place. But I think that obviously the arrow would penetrate if you were actually shooting at something, if you had enough velocity. So I do like that aspect of it. I think that will work. Let's go ahead and move on to something else. All right, guys, so I got one of the needles threaded with 550 inner cord strands. Let's go ahead and try to sew this button on. I think this is a button slash lure. Yeah, mini button and lure. So you can use it as a lure or a button. We're going to use it as a button. Let's see if this can actually sew. We'll sew this button on this shirt here. I don't know if this button will really work for anything as you see the size of it. The needle is working. I had to take the Fit 550 cord out and split the inner strands for this to work. So if you had some kind of dedicated cord, like maybe some spider wire or something like that, some fishing line, this would work really good. I'm afraid that the needle may be kind of larger holes in the, if you're like using some clothing or something, because of the size of it, but it's obviously working there. It's kind of splitting up this a little bit. But yeah, so this works, the needle works. I mean, obviously this ain't gonna work with it like a regular button, I don't think. Well, yeah, actually it pretty much does. So yeah, that does work. So that will work in a pinch as a button. For a shirt, obviously. I don't know a pair of pants, and the needle obviously works well. All right, guys, let's check this saw out. Let's see if this is actually gonna work. It doesn't have a handle, obviously, you know, but so there's a fine and a medium. So this is the medium. Let's try the fine really quickly. Had to break that little ass a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it sawed very well. Surprisingly, I did not think it would, but it did. So there's some fish hooks and things like that. Obviously, I'm not gonna go try to catch a fish because that's too time consuming. I think they'll most likely work based on the needle, you know, sewing. So we're gonna fold these tweezers and see. Just pick up some blades of grass, and yeah, it works well. So if I had something in my finger, I could probably, you know, pull it out. I can pinch my finger pretty well. See me pinching my skin there and pulling it. So tweezers actually work too. So that was it, guys, the Tiny Survival Card. To be honest, coming into this review, I did not think the product will work. You know, I thought this is going to be a clean cut bashing, you know, of this product. However, it actually is pretty good. The steel is actually a little bit more firm than what I had expected and what I had felt in various cards in the past. That's a plus. Now the price tag, $21.99, do I think it's worth that? No, I would give $8 for this, you know, because manufacturing this is probably less than $1. So I would probably only, you know, buy this for $8. $21 is very steep. Do I think this is a full-blown survival kit? No, and I don't think they actually, you know, push it as that. I think it's a supplementation to gear you already have. Now, could I carry a razor blade that I get out of my junk drawer, a couple needles, a couple fish hooks, and stuff like that for a fraction of the cost? Absolutely. And would probably actually function better than this. So it's kind of a give or take. So you could go to your junk drawer, get a razor blade to work as a knife that you ain't got to sharpen in the field. You could get a flat arrowhead. You could get a couple needles, fish hooks, and, you know, a small hacksaw blade, chop off, and pretty much have the same thing. Some Swiss Army knife, tweezers, and have the same thing. Actually have better gear for probably less than $21. So that's the dinger with this. I don't think I'd pay that kind of money for it, although I did because I had to buy it for the review. But anyhow, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll put the link to this product below from Amazon if you want to purchase it. And as always, leave your comments, likes, shares, help us fight the commies. And as always, thanks for watching Black Scout Survival.